great to be in the Rio Grande Valley again in my first roughly 6 days of office. We've been here 3 times, and today we're handing out nearly $13 million for critical infrastructure and housing projects down here. We know that you all get serial storms, and we know that flooding is a major issue in the valley, and we are very excited to be part of the solutions, helping our communities grow and thrive like they want to grow and thrive.
What specifically, tell me about the storms that this money is kind of going to kind of come back from?
Sure, you know, we saw with the storms, these are 2018.
2018 and 2019.
Yeah, so these grants today are from the storms in 2018 and 2019, including the tropical storm that went through that created so much damage. But we all know, and I've been here when it's rained even just a little bit, not even a major storm, and there's still major flooding that happens. So we're excited to be here, and we think it's important to bring these resources to our local communities. My goal for the General Land Office is to serve those that we're supposed to serve and do it well. And so I've got a great team, and we want to continue to partner with our local city and county officials to be sure that we are delivering the disaster recovery and flood mitigation projects that we need to be. Yes, sir.
How are the determinations made when you say, okay, everybody has a need? How do you say, all right, here's how much money every municipality is going to get, and how do you figure out which ones have the worst, the most need?
You know, in a perfect world, we would be able to have all the money that all of our communities needed. But you're exactly right. It's a competitive grant process. So communities fill out an application, let us know their needs. They are vetted by 2 separate sets of eyes to look and prioritize about what are most important, and then we deliver the funds based on that process.
Here,
Yes.
This money is for infrastructure, but in the past, your office has granted, money for people personally that have house repairs. Do you have any plans in the future to have those grants? Because there are still people in the valley that need that kind of help too.
Yes, thank you for the opportunity to answer that. We still have housing money available for the valley. We encourage people to apply. We did give out $3 million for the FAR housing development, affordable housing project, which we are very, very excited about. But yes, we have remaining funds for our homeowners who need help, as well as the flood mitigation funds that we're passing out.
That website is recovery.texas.gov/HARP for homeowner assistance and reimbursement programs.
Talking about how long it may take to see this put into action, every municipality is going to have a different timeline. But what are you anticipating in terms of how long it's going to take to see improvements down here with that money?
Well, we hope that the improvements on the funds that we're delivering are just around the corner. Our municipalities and counties have worked very hard on these applications. These projects are hopefully pretty close to being shovel ready, so hopefully soon everybody will be turning around, realizing that these projects are making a significant difference in their communities.
Does anybody have any additional?
Going forward, are you guys looking at providing more funding for some of these areas? Obviously, there was still a lot of damage and recovery that needs to be done from these storms. Do you see something kind of in the future?
You know, our job is to be sure that the funds are deployed from the federal governments where we're having these disaster issues, and so we will continue to work hard to get these funds deployed and helping the folks in need of the most.
Quick question. So I know that a lot of this money and this funding is allocated into infrastructure, but I know you mentioned $3,800,000 were allocated to the FAR Housing Authority. Can you elaborate the benefits that this will bring for the FAR Housing Authority and its residents?
Well, we've seen with some of these disasters, we've seen that affordable housing just get wiped off the map. And when that happens, there's not really a place for those families to live very easily. And so a lot of our folks who live in those homes, there are police officers, there are firemen, there are nurses, there are teachers. And so for our community's health, we rely on the folks who live in these houses, and we want to get them back into their housing as soon as possible.
And Commissioner, this is part of a larger allocation, but this is where you chose to make that announcement. Why was it so important for you to get down to the Rio Grande Valley again?
You know, we're down here because we just want y'all to know we love you, we care about the Rio Grande Valley. I know in my campaign, when I was traveling through, a lot of people that told me they feel slightly unloved and kind of in one of the corners of Texas. So I love the Valley. Everywhere I speak all across the state and actually nationally, I tell our folks, the Rio Grande Valley communities are amazing communities. The hospitality down here is special and unique, even for Texas. And so we love coming here, but we're here with this simple message. We love you, we care about you. We know you're a very important part of the state, and we're gonna do everything we can to help.
With this drainage funding, are you able to say what percentage is coming from the federal government and what allocation percentage is from the state?
Pretty much all of this is coming from the federal government.
Any particular act it's coming from? Any particular bill?
It's community development and CDBG-DR, the Community Development Block Grants for Disaster Recovery.
Thank you.
Keep me honest. Still learning all my acronyms. What else? All right, well, thank you.
Commissioner, could I ask you about an upcoming Senate bill for beach renourishment and possibly redefining the boundaries of beach? Or if you
Are
want
you
to
talking
talk
about
about
Senator Middleton's bill?
434?
Probably. So, we have, so the issue that bill is trying to solve, was that if you're a homeowner and you have a big storm come in and all of a sudden, let's say you had 200 yards of beach in front of your house, and now all of a sudden the beach is at your house. By current law, if you do anything to try and rebuild the dunes or help the beach where you were, you're immediately ceding that land to the state. You won't ever own it again. So what Senator Middleton was looking to do is create a process by where those local homeowners, we could have a permitting process where they could go back and reconstruct what was there prior to the storm to protect their property. With that in heart, I think we found a good solution. So he's filed another bill that I think has a better course of action that doesn't have the unintended consequences of the one that you mentioned. And it's my understanding, although I would never want to speak for the senator, that will be the bill he'll be pushing.
There's concerns that that may not allow the public to access the dry parts of the beach. Is that something that you're concerned about?
We recognize that there were probably some unintended consequences to the way that bill was written, and so we really thank Senator Middleton for coming to the table and let us talk about those unintended consequences and find a good path forward that doesn't have any of the unintended consequences.
So you wouldn't support anything that may limit the public's access to the dry part of the beach?
No, it is our job and duty to enforce the Open Beaches Act, which is why when legislation comes up that we think threatens that, or in all fairness, local ordinances as well, we are called to defend the Open Beaches Act. We will do that aggressively.
Fabulous. Okay, thank y'all all for being here. Let me know if you have any additional questions. We have a press release that should be in your inbox. If it's not already, it should already be. Please let me know. My name is Brittany Eck, E-C-K, and if you Google that, you will find access to me very quickly.
Not too many Brit yet.